Oh well, welcome back to my grandma's favorite channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. And yes, this is her favorite channel. And today I got a little story for you that I thought was quite interesting. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. You drop a diss track. You think the whole world is gonna shake, the whole culture is gonna start taking you more seriously. But instead, you just get clowned on and everyone basically tells you, sorry dog, you're not invited to this one. Well, if your name's Joey Bada, then that shit is happening to you right now, bro. And it's quite sad to fucking see. In case you didn't know, Joey Bada dropped a diss track addressing the whole Kendrick and Drake beef and kind of saying like, hey, I'm a part of this, you know? I should be at this party too. The song's name was The Ruler's Back. Super humble. But instead of getting props for it, he's actually getting clowned from all angles. It first started with TDE's RayVaugh, who spat some fire bars straight in his face, calling Joey Bada out by name. And then we got Mick Jenkins stepping into the ballroom. One of hip-hop's, or one of music's greatest pens. So you know he came with the clowning. And as a Joey Bada fan, that shit hurt, bro. Seeing my boy getting roasted by other guys that I also really fuck with in the industry, it was just sad, dude. It was quite sad. But let's first set the scene. So this all started when Drake and Kendrick Lamar were having their beef. This was like, as you guys know, every YouTuber was talking about it. Every TikTok page, Rap TV was having the time of their lives with it. I won't go over every song because I'm sure you guys feel a lot like me, that you're just over that beef now. I'm like a vegetarian kid walking into a McDonald's. I don't want this beef. But both artists gave us some good songs, some not so good songs. But it had the entire industry talking. We can all agree on that shit. Now months go by. The dust settles. Kendrick Lamar is going to be doing Super Bowl. Drake is crying at the courtyards. The story's done. Even Anthony Fantano isn't talking about it anymore. And then out of nowhere, Joey Bada decides to drop The Ruler's Back. Almost as if to say, hey, pick me, I want attention too. Now, respectfully, Joey Bada hasn't been in the rap conversation, let alone the music conversation, since the day he dropped 2000. Don't get me wrong, the album was good, maybe even great. But it just didn't stick as much as his older work. And honestly, that can be probably attributed to how it sounds a lot like his older work. If you listen to old Joey Bada and new Joey Bada, I mean, maybe the production's better, but it's still the same substance. It's been the same substance for 10 years now, you know what I'm saying? So when he came out of nowhere with these sneak disses, which he got called out for rightfully, he just looked like a clown, bro. All the normal stuff you'd normally hear in a diss track. So nothing really stood out from it either, besides the very low budget music video. That was like the thing that stood out the most for me. It really just felt like he was trying to force himself into this beef. So the backlash he got, I think, is justified. Now we get into the good stuff. So, first to fire back, we all know, TDE's RayVaugh. Now, if you don't know, RayVaugh has also been in the game for a minute. Been around the block. I was like fucking with him before he was already signed. An amazing artist. Always comes through with super cool visuals as well and stuff. Just a really good artist. And if there's one thing that I can say about RayVaugh, that motherfucker don't hold back. Ray paints Joe as a desperate individual, with lines like,
courage come from niggas who minds in the middle with nowhere,
taking shots directly at Joey's relevance. Then there's other jabs like,
cause the only badass the world was recognizing is boozy.
That's a bar, dog. That's a bar. That one bar is better than anything than Joey Bada said it in his entire diss track. And I don't know if it's because he actually called him out.
At least the homie was direct when he was mentioning your name.
If it just always hits harder, you know? This just hits, bro. This hits. And Ray don't stop there either. He then goes for Joey's clout chasing tendencies with lines like,
when it put Giuseppe's on for clout chasing, it's outrageous. Just go and make them hits that you not making without hating.
Dog, the issue with the diss track, we're sidelined for like super quick, Oz, don't worry. But I'm sure Oz will agree. The issue with the diss track is you're not out here bumping diss tracks, you know? Like, it's very rare that a diss track becomes like
you do
Like This or Like Us, whatever the fuck. That became like a club song, you know what I'm saying? It's very rare that a diss track becomes like commercial as well. Normally people listen to it, hear the jabs, and they're like, I bet, on to the next chapter. It's like reading a book, you know what I'm saying? But this RayVaugh one, I could re-listen to it again. And the Mick Jenkins one too, which we're gonna get to now, also has super replayability. I haven't gone back to Joey Badass's once, bro. I watched it once, I heard what he had to say, and I was like, okay, next chapter. Next chapter came and I was like, fuck, I'm so more into these chapters than that first chapter, bro. So, yeah, fuck, sideline. Ray then has one more bar which I really liked, where he goes on to say,
drag rates, check the chase account to see my stocks raising. Don't check in when you pass the 10, that get you outdated.
Now this line was the line for me, because honestly, I agree with Vaughn. Why is Joey wasting his time hopping into beefs that have nothing to do with him, when the last time he gave us an album was like, what, a year, 2 years ago? It was good, like I said, but it wasn't like his greatest work. Rather give us more music where you're doing your thing and you're in control of the narrative and stuff, and trying to wedge your way into other people's narrative, because that way it's gonna get skewed and fucked up. But the story don't end there, because we know we gotta have the next boy pulling up hard. You know who's next? Mick Jenkins. Let's go. One word for this fucking diss track: surgical. If you don't know, Mick Jenkins is one of, if not one of the rappers that have the most devoted cult following. I think we can all agree. Mick Jenkins could read a fucking grocery list and his fans would be like, this is it, dog. This is it. No hate to Mick Jenkins. I love Mick Jenkins. He's great. It's just hyperbole. But yeah, Mick Jenkins is great, bro. He's cultivated a cult following that spanned for years, 10 years, a whole decade, you know? Averaging, I think, like 3 million, 2 million monthly listeners, consistently giving us good music, consistently working with new producers and stuff. He worked with Stoic a lot, who's like I don't want to say new guys worked with, but it was him testing waters and ended up being the single from his most recent album, you know what I'm saying? The main single, Smoke Dance Break. So an artist like Mick Jenkins, he's been around and he knows what the fuck is up, and he does shit his way. So he dropped this song called War and Rumors of War, which is maybe the most fitting title for this diss track in this moment of time. Now, Mick doesn't directly call Joey out by name, so like directly as Ray, but you can definitely tell that he's still calling this guy out, and it's very slight and it's very but it's so well done, bro. With lines like,
you shine a light and niggas translucent,
making it clear that he's addressing Joey. And then the next line,
placeholders out here claiming ruler, we going yard,
which is a direct reference to Joey's lines in his song. With these lines, he's basically saying, Joey, why are you joining this conversation that you were never part of, dog? And Mick wasn't a part of it either, but he's not the fucking idiot that dropped a diss track claiming to be top 3. And with that line, he's basically saying that everything Joey said in that song holds no weight. It's like a whisk, just like a whisk in the air, you know what I'm saying? That's a hella smart and disrespectful thing to say to a man, bro. The brilliance of Mick Jenkins' response is it was mean. But it felt more like a big brother giving advice, more like a diss track. Like, it was dissing, but it was more like advice than anything. RayVaugh's was cutthroat. He was saying basically, fuck you. Like, if you want to fight, let's bucklay, bruh. But Mick Jenkins was more of like an advice from an older brother. Like, yo, dog, shouldn't have done that. That was a fuck up. Like, get back to doing what you're good at. Because I'm pretty sure these artists still have respect for Joey Bada. No one can deny that Joey Bada isn't an amazing artist. He's given us such amazing pieces of work over the year. Even 2000. I keep saying it was a great album, bro. There was a lot of good stuff on there. It just wasn't anything like stand out. When Joey Bada first came into the scene, he was fresh and new. His sound isn't so fresh and new anymore. I felt really bad watching all this unfold because of how good of an artist Joey is. And it just felt like a really bad move from him. So why did it fail though, guys? Why did Joey's diss track flop? It lacked authenticity. Drake and Kendrick's beef held cultural weight because of it being years in the making. You know? All the way back to Pusha T diss. Past that, I watched a video the other day, I'll link it in the bottom, explaining this whole thing. I think Matty Balls did it. Hella good YouTuber, go check him out. They were just like breaking it all down, and their beef goes back years. So Joey attempting to join the narrative as like a last minute write-in character in a greatest novel would be like if fucking when Frodo was about to chuck the ring in and we were all about to be done with the movie, some other fucker comes and is like, actually, I want to take the ring now. The ring is my ring. Give me my ring. That's fucking Joey Badass in this situation. And it sucks, dude. Like, it sucks seeing some of your favorite artists just do stupid things. Like, all just for the name of clout and attention. It's just attention seeking. And the thing that pisses me off most about it, Joey Badass has a loyal fan base, bro. He didn't have to do this. Mans has got like million monthly listeners or whatever. Like, he's doing numbers, bro. He doesn't need this. He didn't need to hop into this. If he dropped a single, just a single, not a diss track, I guarantee you it would have been way better received. And now I won't lie, this diss track probably did for Joey what he wanted. It got people talking about him again. The video had like 1.7 million views the last time I checked. That's more than some of his greatest hits like Temptation. Or maybe not as much as Temptation, but pretty close, you know, within 12 days. So it's definitely done what he wanted. But I think it comes down to, what do you want to be known for, bro? You want to be known as the guy that people are only now like revisiting his old stuff because of how shit his latest thing was? That's fucking ass, bruv, if you ask me. Like, that's not how I would want to be known personally, but obviously each to their own, and it obviously did work for Joey Badass. It's done well for him. It got people talking about him. Fuck, I even went and listened to Temptation, The Revenge. Like, I listened to like 4 of my favorite Joey Badass songs after I listened to that, because I was like, that was so shit. Like, I need some of his good shit. You know what I mean? Because he makes such fucking good music. Temptation is one of my favorite songs of all time, bro. Such a good song. I just want more of that, Joey. Give us more of that, bruv. This isn't the first time an artist has tried to latch onto a narrative that's bigger than them. Think of Ja Rule and the 50 Cent beef. Or MGK going after Eminem. It just never ends well, bro. If it's not your conversation, don't speak.
Shut the fuck up.
Just do you. Move in silence. Let the work speak for itself. Don't make work to fit a narrative that you so desperately want to be a part of. Make your own narrative, bro. Pave an own road, you know, plant your own grass, all the fucking sayings. Do that instead. Joey's situation isn't super extreme, but that's what we can all learn from this mistake. Instead of trying to be a part of someone else's story, make your own story. And that way you can tell it in your own terms. Because now, instead of Joey Badass drops diss track that shakes the whole industry, the headlines are reading, Joey Badass drops diss track and whole industry disses him back. So what's your takeaway over here? Do you think diss tracks are still relevant in the rap game or in any music industry? What do you think about using this diss track to grow your numbers, like how Joey Badass got 1.5 million views in 12 days? Do you think if someone else did something like that, they could have even got more numbers? For me personally, I love a good diss track. I'll be fucking honest with you. The Warning by Eminem, my god. I bumped that shit 4 times this morning, dog. Don't tell my dad. But you have to be a part of the conversation. If you're not a part of the conversation, I don't really give a fuck what you have to say, dog. Whatever Joey Badass said, it just went over my head. There was a lot of cool, young, mean, like he was doing the cool voice things, but it all flew over my head because he was never a part of it. He wasn't now, he wasn't then, he wasn't 7-8 years ago when the whole thing actually started. And like I said, Joey, I love you, dog. Your music is fucking sick. Give us more of your fucking sick music. I don't want none of this diss track stuff unless you're dissing someone that you actually are fucking angry with and has caused you some disrespect or something. Because I guarantee you Drake and Kendrick, even if they've seen it, must have been like, what the fuck? Did we message this guy by mistake or say something like, but yeah, I love you, dog. Keep making good music. That's all us fans really want, bro. And with that being said, if you guys made it to the end of this movie, thank you very much. I appreciate it a fuck ton. As always, peace, love, stay mad, stay magical. I hope you homies do the most this year. Hope you're making some music, shooting videos, taking photos, doing the works. I'm thinking of all of you. Please comment below your thoughts. Like, love, fucking do the most. And I'll check you homies soon. Much love. Peace.